Hey all, welcome to Share Trek. This is Raj here. Friends, I got value for money. You can see I've had a nice haircut. It's going to last me for a while. And coming back to what I'm going to talk about today, whatever I do, my mind keeps on going back to three stocks: CRISPR, Bluebird, and DNA. I have a very strong feeling that when we look back at the low prices of these stock today, at some future date, and we'll rue the fact that we did not buy and we did not stock up on these when the price was low. So this is the constant feeling I get. So today I have gone through a snapshot of CRISPR and I'm feeling more confident than ever that this company is solid and has a great future. There's only one aspect that adds risk to this company in my opinion, and you'll have to watch till the end to know what it is. And the other reason I'm making this video is because I really want your feedback. I am missing something big because this is a nice company and I do not understand why the share price is still languishing. So that said, let's get started. Welcome back, friends. Guys, I know that I am preaching to the choir here. I really cannot wrap my head around why CRISPR is so weak at this point of time. There is something I'm missing and I want you guys to let me know what it is. First off, as per their latest quarterly report, they have $1.84 billion cash or cash equivalents in their balance sheet as compared to $1.86 billion that they had at the end of last year. So this is a really strong performance and this is pretty good. The cash balance includes $100 million upfront payment from Vertex for non-exclusive license agreement, and that came in Q1 2023. And then in Q2 they got another $70 million worth of research related milestone revenue. So in the first quarter of this year, CRISPR Therapeutics announced a new agreement with Vertex. Under this agreement, on the technology front, CRISPR Therapeutics will expand its relationship with Vertex to fully leverage its gene editing platforms to develop hypoimmune therapies for type 1 diabetes. This is what accounts for the $100 million upfront payment it received from Vertex in Q1. CRISPR is still a loss-making company and made a much lesser loss of $77.7 million for second quarter of 2023 as compared to $185 million for the same period last year, the same quarter last year. So it's a significant improvement, and that accounts to a lot of improvement in value in my opinion. And I keep getting drawn to the fact that we have the PDUFA target action date for Exa-cel addressing sickle cell disease on December 8, 2023 and addressing TDT on March 30th, 2024. How far out is December 8, 2023? Not much. We are already in the middle of August, so we are looking at 1 quarter and change. Do you think the share price will remain substantially the same if Exa-cel is approved for sickle cell disease in December and then for TDT in Q2 2024? Why don't we see signs of life in the share price yet? That's the big question. So there must be some big piece that I'm missing and I want you guys to let me know what it is. Remember, ICER says $2.05 million is a viable price for Exa-cel. Exa-cel is an ex vivo gene therapy medication, meaning stem cells are taken from the patient, genetically modified in the lab, and infused back into the patient's body as a form of treatment. More specifically, CRISPR-Cas9 would find, cut into, and turn off a gene in the patient's cells, and that gene is called BCL11A. BCL11A normally tells the body to stop producing fetal hemoglobin. If BCL11A isn't active, the genes have the green light to make more fetal hemoglobin. The body turns it off as a person grows out of the fetal condition, and therefore we have normal hemoglobin. But in people suffering from SCD, the normal hemoglobin is not formed, it's formed defectively, and therefore you have sickle cell anemia. So by turning off the BCL11A, Exa-cel is telling the body that you're still got to behave like a fetus and produce fetal hemoglobin, and that helps improve the quality and length of life of the people with SCD by providing relief and enabling carrying oxygen and replacing the percentage of sickle cells with healthy cells, the fetal hemoglobin cells. So that's how Exa-cel works. We still need to use busulfan, which is a chemotherapy medication, and it's administered around the same time as Exa-cel. Once a more gentle conditioner is found, Exa-cel can do even better. On the other hand, if you look at Bluebird's lovo-cel, it's an investigational one-time gene therapy designed to add functional copies of a modified form of beta-globin gene into a patient's own hematopoietic stem cells. This results in the production of anti-sickling hemoglobin that decreases the production of sickle hemoglobin, thereby reducing sickled red blood cells, hemolysis, and other complications. So this is another way of resolving the SCD situation. Both of these therapies provide the same result but through different approaches. Lovo-cel will compete with Exa-cel. This can have some impact on pricing for both the companies. In that event, I think CRISPR, with a stronger cash position, broader pipeline, more collaboration, more milestone-based revenues, seems well positioned to weather the storm. Upon monetization, CRISPR will get 40% of the profits. So that's going to be a steady revenue stream for CRISPR. Next, let us look at VCTX210 and 211. These are already doing clinical trials, and the entire diabetes collaboration with Vertex is huge, and the type 1 diabetes market is also huge. It is projected to grow at a compounded annual growth rate of 8% to be valued at around $14 billion by 2030. So that is a lucrative area for CRISPR, which will be the second win for CRISPR Therapeutics after Exa-cel is approved. So that will be the next one. And also, we have to talk about the CTX 110 and CTX 130 fully owned CAR T therapies. So those are also revenue generating assets which are being developed in parallel. And they also form part of the value of CRISPR Therapeutics. But one area that I am ambivalent about is the shareholding pattern. Again, I consider this to be a risk, just to err on the side of caution. On one hand, I think that 65.7% institutional holding is a strength. It's neither too much nor too little, and it will provide stability. But on the other hand, I am worried that if any of these institutional holders are cash strapped because of the current tight economic environment and increasing interest rate environment, they would suddenly sell CRISPR, and it can have an impact on the share price. I mean, if some institution had a cash squeeze and had to make a call, then they would sell CRISPR, and this is the only risk I can think of. I do not consider the possibility that Exa-cel will fail to monetize because there is sufficient data to show its efficacy. So I'm pretty confident that it will clear the FDA approval cycles and get monetized. So friends, what do you think? What is happening to CRISPR stock price? Any ideas? Because I'm thinking that sometimes when a share price is low, we also get a sense of complacency. We also get a sense of wariness, and we think that probably something is wrong with the share and we should not touch it. And in the process, we let it languish, and then suddenly one day it just spurts up like anything. I have seen that happen to many stocks that I held, and one of them that I benefited in was FNGU. Of course, that's the story I keep on telling. I made lots of money with FNGU. It was languishing, and I bought it knowing that the underlying was really good. So I'm having the similar feeling about CRISPR. Of course, friends, these are all my personal opinions, not financial advice. So please do your own due diligence. But at the very least, I would like each one of you who is watching this video to put your thoughts in the comments about why you think CRISPR Therapeutics is still languishing at such low prices, given that Exa-cel approval is going to be just a quarter and change away from now. So that's all for now, my friends, and I would look forward to your comments, and I'll catch up with you in the next video. Bye for now.